What's going on, guys? Hyper coming back to you with another locals. Let's call this week 3 recap. And we did it. Made podium again. This time came in third. But I will be honest, it was kind of a small showing. Only, I think we started with 12. By the end of it, we had 10. A lot of the, I guess you would say, stronger players wanted to play Magic instead. And kind of the way I feel about it is, okay, better chance for me. And I think paid out pretty well because I split a Dimension Force box with the other 3. And for those of you who don't know, in a box with all the booster packs, there's only going to be one booster pack that's going to have either like a secret rare, an ultra rare, basically the expensive card. And I ended up getting that card. I ended up getting a Theron King Regulus. And no idea what to build with this card. So if you want to either leave some comments, or if you're looking for a King Regulus, hit me up. Maybe we can make a deal or something. But anywho, let's get to the breakdown. Oh, before we get to the breakdown, I know I told you all that hopefully I would have some 6 Sam for you, but, well, number one, I still haven't been able to fix my camera settings, and so I'll try again over this week to kind of fix that. And also, my guy fell through. He didn't have the Sheehan's Dojo that I was looking for, so I'm going to give it one more week. If he doesn't have it, then I'm going to probably have to do TCG player or something. Anyway, match 1. What a game. I ended up losing 1-2. And it was kind of funny. It was a Phantasm Paleozoic deck. And what's funny is I have this deck in Master Duel as sort of my troll deck, because I don't run any monsters in it at all, except for 3 Pathfinders, and I really only use that to get the Umi substitute. Well, this guy was running another version of it that I had seen to great effect. And it was just kind of great, kind of having that knowledge of how it worked. Unfortunately, it didn't help me because I drew crap. And I mean, that's kind of what happened for Duel 1 and 3. And there was just nothing I could do at all. And I just had to resort to, I guess you could say, as much trickery as possible in Duel 2. And that's kind of how I was able to take it. But, I mean, it was just drawing nothing. That's essentially what it just came down to. Drawing nothing. That really would have helped. So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I did the best I could, but I fell short. But it was fun. Guy was chill. And we just had great back and forth. And hopefully I can have another crack at that deck. And hopefully we can have a different result. Let's see. Match 2 was against another branded Despia. However, this result is very different from what I had last week. This week, I ended up 2-0ing. And I think the big difference with this guy's deck is he also had DPE, which kind of an annoyance, in my opinion. I mean, especially when, I'm using Swordsoul Tenyi. I mean, it's just, in my opinion, it's just an annoyance. It's a great card, don't get me wrong. DPE, great card. Really great card. It's just an annoyance. Really. Against the Sword Soul. And, I mean, that's just kind of how I treated him. I remember I had one play. I think this was in Duel 1. Yeah, it was in Duel 1. Where I had started with Ecclesia, used her ability, and then I had used that to special summon Mo Ye. That way I wouldn't have used my normal summon. Because I believe I had a Taia in my hand. And what I did was, as soon as I had activated Mo Ye's effect, he had triggered DPE to stack it or chain it to Mo Ye. Well, then I chained his DPE with Heavenly Dragon Circle, which allowed me to basically pull or tribute my Mo Ye, and then I added another Mo Ye to my hand from my deck. And so the next thing that happens is he now has to resolve the DPE, so he has to now destroy 2 cards on his side, which, I've been pulling that trick on Master Duel for a long time. So, I mean, I was ready. I know how to deal with DPE. Great card. But I think a lot of people rely too much on him instead of their deck. And so he destroyed, I believe, one of his traps and DPE. And so then I just normal summon Mo Ye, go into my combo, bring out... I ended up bringing out Berserker of the Tenyi, and I brought out my Baronne de Fleur, and just went to town on him. I mean, at that point, there was just, nothing you could do. And Duel 2 just didn't have anything, so just kind of a continuation at that point. Just tried to set up something, and I just destroy it. So, that was match 2. Match 3 had another zombie deck that I went against. Ended up winning 2-0. The first duel, just again stopping him, and then he still had, but he did get to play Zombie World, so I had to play into that. Again, just having to play around that was very difficult. But I was able to get Psychic and Punisher out and use Psychic and Punisher's effect to great success. I mean, it was great. Just being able to banish his cards, and really there's nothing you can do about it. And then I believe the critical moment, believe it or not, was while we were side decking for Duel 2, he made a mistake of grabbing the wrong pile to put into his main deck. Because he had 3 token collectors. And he accidentally grabbed the wrong pile. And so he basically put his token collectors back into his side deck. And he only realized it at the very end. And I felt terrible. I mean, obviously I wasn't going to let him win, but or say, hey, let's redo. No, he messed up. But I felt terrible for the guy. Again, and that's why I double and triple check the stack that I'm grabbing, because I know I'm fully capable of doing the same. But I felt terrible for him. And then let's see, match 4. I'm gonna be honest, I had no idea what the guy was playing. None. I never got to see his extra deck at all. And so I had asked him at the end, after Duel 2, I said, what were you playing anyway? And he said, Utopia. I was like, okay. Yeah. Never got to see it. Again, just classic. Stopping him from going into his combos and just breaking what he had set up. I mean, that's just all there was to it. It was just, kind of, I guess you would say, get in, do what I needed to do, get the win, and move on. And so, it was just, I mean, I guess you would say kind of lackluster, but, hey, victory's a victory. And again, I'm just hoping I can play with 6 Sam next week. Because I mean, I really want to use them. Had a guy afterwards that wanted to challenge my 6 Sam deck, and so we agreed that I would basically turn over Magical Mallet to substitute it as Xian's Dojo. And so he went first. Or no, actually no, I went first. Kind of bricked. And by kind of, I mean I couldn't play a thing, so I kind of wanted to see what his Blackwing deck would do, and he did all of his summons, and he was kind of being cautious, and I just told him, hey man, I got nothing to stop you. And so he just went all in on everything, and it kind of cost him in the end because he couldn't kill me. And so he also didn't have any negations. And so I just came back and just willy whomped him. There's nothing he could do. So for Duel 2, I actually kind of had a combo at the beginning. And he played, of all cards, a Ghost Ogre on my gate. Which just stopped everything. There was just nothing I could do. And I had passed, and I was just contemplating and thinking while he was doing his turn. And I just told him, okay, look, I scoop. There's nothing I can do. And he told me, well, I can't kill you. I can't OTK you. And I was like, it's not a matter of OTKing. There's just nothing I can do. Which is why I kind of wish Konami would maybe rethink it and semi-limit Gateway of the Six. I mean, I don't think it's going to change. I don't think people will go back to really playing Six Samurai. But, come on. I think this needs to change. But anyway, the third duel... Oh, man. So I got to go first. Obviously, I lost, but I had the cards. There was nothing he could do. He had nothing to stop me with. And so I'm going to my combo. And then I had asked him, hey, can I, because I had set up the board to where it would basically have been the infinite Bushido counter generator with Mizuho and Shinai. And I basically just set it up, and I just like, hey, can we just agree that this is going to be an infinite amount of Bushido counters? And he's like, I don't think it's going to matter because you can't OTK me. And thankfully there were two other people there watching, and they just looked at him and they go, dude, just say yes. And so he agreed, and so now I'm just going through my entire deck, and I'm getting everything that I need. And he said, I don't understand why you're doing all this. Why? Well, you can't OTK me. I'm like, actually, yes, I can. I can OTK you because I have Amazon Archer. I can OTK you. And he just had this puzzled look, and one of the spectators said, probably best if you show him. I'm like, you know what? I think you're right. So I ended up special XYZ summoning, or actually I should say link summoning Saryuja. And off of the draw from Saryuja, I got Amazon Archer. And so I special summoned her with Saryuja's other effect. And I said, it's over. And he just looked at me confused. And I was like, okay, let me show you. So then I just summoned a Shinai and a Kizan. And I said, okay, now I'm going to use Amazon Archer's effect. Sacrifice these two. Burn you. And, I mean, I guess, yeah, I probably could have done 2 Mizuhos. Or whatever, but that's just what I wanted to do. And because I had infinite counters, I could just bring them right back. And I was like, okay, I activate Amazon Virtuous effect again. And I'm like, bro, we're going to keep going back and forth, and, like, I'm going to keep doing this over and over and over until you're out of life points. And he goes, oh. And he surrendered. I just, I guess to me the lesson this week was try not to be, I guess for me, not to be ignorant of what other people's decks do and to respect them. Because, any deck can win regardless of how meta your deck is. I mean, I play Swordsoul Tenyi, probably like one of the most meta decks out there. But it can still lose. It can lose to a Phantasm deck. So, I need to get, better, get more knowledge of other people's decks, and that way I'll know what they do. And I know it's probably a tall order, but there's always more to learn, and I hope I always remember that. So anyway, I'm gonna sign off. I've got some more videos to put out. And if you would please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below. Actually, leave a comment below if you want me to do a further deep breakdown of either Master Duel videos, or do a breakdown of a more deeper breakdown of my locals matches, and that way I can just gauge what it is you guys are wanting. I'd really appreciate it. So, anywho, see y'all in the next video. Later.